Hey guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Namaste. God bless. How are all of you? I just whacked my friggin' hand. Ow. Good morning. Can I do a clap before I come on? That's my triggering point to get on for America's Mentor. But thank you for joining me. I got a lot of stuff today, man. Where do I begin? Where do I begin with this? Because this is the why that a lot of us have been looking for in life. And we are in this constant battle of this inner civil war of self that we have every day. It's not life that's the problem, meatball. It's our programming, remember that word, and default thinking that brings us back or moves us forward in life. All this started yesterday after I got back from my mom's big pain in the ass. I love her. She said, Mom, I love you so much. But this quote popped in my head. And it really defines me, where I came from, and the fact that it wasn't my fault. And you guys have to realize where you came from, not what you did. Where you came from is not your fault. It's not your fault. Remember that. It's not your fault. It's where you were raised, how you were raised, and that programming that was implemented in you. Remember, it's not your fault. But it is your choice to change it. It's your choice to bring out that beautiful you that you've always wanted. You got to stop fighting with yourself, man. You got to stop fighting. Yeah, I know. I get it. I dig it. Been there. I do it every day. Meatballs. Let's get some stuff done today, man. Come on. All right. This quote popped in my head yesterday. You're not stuck. You're just creating the same thing over and over again. I can attest that probably 100% of you can agree with that, and that's from Esther Hicks, a.k.a. Abraham Hicks, an amazing metaphysical teacher that I've followed for many moons. And I'm going to share something from a lady from Australia, Alex Tripod. You should follow her. Amazing manifestation teacher. Lady is out of bounds, man. She's out of bounds. I love her work. I love it. And I love sharing stuff like this. But no force can stop you once you find your purpose in life. And that's from Dark Secrets. No force can stop you. I would attest and say, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, there's a lot that can stop you. But when you look in the mirror and realize that you're fighting with yourself, that's when you realize what's stopping you in life. And if you guys, a lot of you guys up in the upper echelon of age, back in the 70s, there was a movie called Animal House. And in that movie, there was a guy who had an opportunity to jack a woman. Whatever was going on, she passed out. She was drunk, and as he was about to inflict damage to this woman, the devil popped up on his right shoulder, and it said, "Expletive, expletive, and do what you got to do." Then all of a sudden, an angel popped up on this shoulder, and it said, "Don't do that, son. You're better than this." And that's basically what we deal with in life. Hence, the default and programming. He was programmed to be a better person, but the default mind kind of kicked in and said, oh, let's do what we want to do. But he ended up taking the high road. He didn't use it and abuse it. That's because of his programming, how he was set up in life. And default is past. Inattention to present is basically what it means. Programming is a plan or system, hence with synonyms of blueprint, design, system, and arrangement. This is what I'm getting at. This is the inner civil war that you guys need to grasp on, which I did wholeheartily, and I still do. I really do. It's that programming system that runs into default mode. This is what I always jack onto. I'm digressing from topic to topic here, but this is real important. When you are dealing with the situation, and you get really inspired about a situation, and you feel really great. That's why not that I don't believe in motivation or inspiration. I believe in transformation. Motivation and inspiration, it's a known fact now through science, lasts only a couple, 3 hours, if at best. And what happens is the subconscious mind, the thing back here with all the memories of where you've been and what's happened in your life, goes into default mode. It's been decoded to go back to where you were. That's why transformation is you constantly recoding and decoding your mind, how it was. Where you want to go in life. I'm getting ahead of myself here. And that constant programming will set off a new mindset. And this is what transformation is. Does that make sense? You're running. Everybody wakes up. They get this jack of inspiration every day. We get up, we write, we do what we got to do. But then by 11 o'clock in the morning, we're back to default mode of not knowing where we're going in life. Does that make sense? It's a hard topic to really understand, but realize we're just a computer. We've been coded a certain way with our programming, with our raising, and where we've been in life, and all these different situations and circumstances. We try to reprogram the mind with inspiration, motivation, whatever it might be. But then a couple hours later, we're going back to where we were. That's a natural effect of the mind, and that's what Alex really jacked on in her video. That was so amazing to me, because this is the reason, this is what I was trying to find out. Why did I keep going back to where I was? Even though I was motivated, I was inspired. And it's so amazing. How do you stop that process of going back to default? How do you stop the process of you returning to a place you don't want to go? That devil that jacks on your shoulder says, let's get back to the place that you were, man, because you're used to that. That's the problem. You're used to it. And what solves that? And I wrote some words here. It's hard to understand, but to me, the best medicine for a place when you feel stuck is a purpose, is a reason for being here. Because that jack in the mind is going to set your mind forward. How many of you, this is a perfect example, how many of you have been or are at a job where you don't know where you're going? Or in a relationship where you don't know where you're going? Your subconscious is going to kick in. It's going to say, oh, see, Meatball, I told you nothing will ever work out in your life. See, this is how you're raised, blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? Do you guys get it? It's with a purpose that you're always looking forward. It's that you of always being you. You can recode anything you want in your mind, but it has to be consistent. Consistency is all I do every day, and still work on that. You don't have to go around with a devil and an angel on your shoulder, man, telling you where to go or what to do. It's your choice and where you want to go in life. It's not your fault. How you were raised is not your fault. You had no control of that. The things that happened to you back then, this is the hardest thing for people to realize. From 0 to 7 are the most important years of your life, because you're basically a sponge. And however you were raised, this is why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. The rich were raised rich. The poor were raised poor. And it's that system in place that runs their life. Think about it. Think about where you've been. Think about your situation right now, and how does that relate to where you've been, how you were raised in life. This is what really jacked me in so many ways. No reason can be asked or given why the soul seeks beauty. That's from Ralph Waldo Emerson. There is no reason other than expansion. We are purpose-driven monsters in this life that we just want to create, but the problem is back there keeps kicking us in the ass here and there. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. I had to remind myself every day for the longest time that yes, indeed, I was raised this way. But it's not my fault. I had no control of it. You guys have to realize that for yourself, because that's where you were programmed, and that's how you were programmed. And you're a bigger person now, and you're trying to do these things in life, but you keep going back to that default button. It's like your computer. It goes right back to the system that it's been programmed to do. Our mind is the same way. With you consistently, and consistency is key. To push forward in that new thought mindset can only bring you where you want to go. You are not denied. You are not denied. But you have to get past the fact that it's not your fault why things happened to you when you were so young. And the fact that you keep carrying that default program with you every day. We all have it. We all have it in some way. We all carry it. And people think it's later on in life that you get hurt that matters. No, it's your foundation. From 0 to 7 is basically your foundation in life. You guys can believe me if you want, but that's fine. If you don't, I totally respect that. But thinking back on my life, the foundation from 0 to 7, I remember vividly. And I remember the situations, the circumstances, and how we were raised. And in essence, it was my program that I realized later in life. It's you learning that deep self that can only move you forward, because when you understand, you can expand. When you understand yourself, you can be yourself. You're not stuck. You're just creating the same thing over and over again, and you don't even realize it. It's a hard thing to grasp, but this is why motivation and inspiration are temporary fixes. It's like a Red Bull, like I mentioned many times in America's Mentor. You get that initial high, but in a couple, 3 hours, the subconscious mind, that default button of programming kicks back into where you were before. That's why you have the ups and downs and feelings every day, unless you constantly feed your mind with what you want to be, have, and do in life. That gives it a new sense of direction. You're recoding the system, but you have to do it constantly. It's not an arduous task. It's not. It's an intention that you give yourself every single day, and forgive yourself. Understand, forgiveness. A noted pastor many moons ago, I forgot who the person is, he goes, unforgiveness is like you drinking poison, waiting on your enemy to die. You have to get past what has happened to you. That's the hardest part in life. I'm getting deja vu here. This is really cool. But that's the hardest thing in life. The hardest thing in life is reprogramming what you've been programmed to do, and from that past. And remember, it's not your fault. You had no control over that programming aspect of your life because you were this little thing, man. You were a sponge adapting to your surroundings. That's the beauty of life. You can readapt to the mindset you want to live in every day. But you have to keep doing it. You have to keep moving forward. And how do you keep moving forward? Like I said, with a purpose, with your soul finally expanding in life. So guys, you're not stuck. You're not. You're not. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for what has happened. Forgive yourself for where you've been. Forgive the people involved, the situations involved. It doesn't matter. It's back there, man. It's back there. Remember, believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, you're creating the most amazing life. Default is your past. Programming is the plan that was set up from that past. It's not your fault. When you can get past that in life, I think Rick Warren said the most amazing thing. And I'm going to change a word in his verbiage on that, and I'll let you guys go enjoy your Wednesday, man. But he said the greatest challenge in life is to be our own person. The greatest challenge in life is to be our own person and accept that being different is a blessing and not a curse. And I would denote that, how should we say, different to being unique. I love the word unique because we are all unique in our own special way. We are all our own little person, but you got to stop fighting that left and right that keep popping up every day, and just move forward and focus and purpose in your life and forgive yourself. Remember, it's not your fault. Remember what happened to you in life. Indeed, I've been there. I've done that. I didn't realize the why until I realized I was programmed. I was programmed to be who I was back then. I was programmed to judge people, to be this, to be that, to hurt people, to not allow anybody in. It's a beautiful, constant flow of improvement in your life with a sense of purpose that you're pushing forward to every day. This was really deep, guys. And I hope you guys understand that it's not your fault. From whatever happened to you, and I'll say it 1,000 times, it's not your fault. Get over it. Understand that you are beautiful. You are unique. You are the most amazing person. But you have to realize you're the most amazing, unique person, guys. So America's Mentor _radio at America's Mentor on YouTube and on Twitter, guys. Thank you so much. A programming note for next week's Monday through Thursday. I have to do 7 days next week because of the holiday, and I'll be doing third shift. So my shows are going to kind of be the same Monday through Thursday, but I'm going to be coming on maybe a little bit later at night. So guys, follow me, Jerry Maldonado 2, and realize if you don't understand, you will. But it's your commitment to understanding yourself. And watch the program again and just immerse yourself in transformation, and you realize all that transformation is a reset of your mind. It's decoding what's already been coded in there. It's letting go of the default button that you programmed to put in there to reset your thinking. And when you reset your thinking and you reprogram your thinking, life changes naturally. It follows your vibration. It follows your frequency. It follows who you are and only gives that back to you in the most amazing way. So guys, happy Wednesday. I'll see you meatballs real soon, man. Thanks for coming.